If you're into precious metal stacking, then you probably already know what the gold to silver ratio is. Many people do, but what most people don't realize is that you can play the ratio and accumulate more gold and silver without spending a dime. In this video, I explain how to do it in depth, and if you stick around to the very end of the video, I'll show you how you can also win some free silver for your stack. The gold and silver ratio, often abbreviated as just GSR. You can figure it out for yourself by dividing the spot price of gold by the spot price of silver. That'll give you your GSR. Gold and silver tend to move in the same general direction at the same time, but gold is more of a safe haven asset and is not affected as much by supply and demand as silver is with its industrial uses. In the early 1900s and again in 2008 during the global financial crisis, the ratio reached an all-time high of nearly 125. Several factors such as economic uncertainty, market instability, low interest rate, a weak dollar, and low treasury yields can and did drive the ratio up. The GSR is an efficient way of comparing the value between both metals and showing which offers the best opportunity. A high ratio typically signals that silver is undervalued, while a low ratio often implied gold offers a better value. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and don't forget to stick around to the very end of the video to find out how you can win free silver. Now that we've covered the basics, let's get on to learning how to play the ratio. The game here is strictly accumulation. For example, let's say you have 1 ounce of gold and the ratio rose to the higher historical trend of over 100. You could sell your 1 ounce of gold and buy 100 ounces of silver. Then as the ratio falls back to, let's say, 50, you could sell your 100 ounces of silver and buy 2 ounces of gold. You just increased your stack without spending a dime. Now that example was a little extreme, using very high and very low ratios, but consider recent trends in the GSR. Only a couple months ago the GSR was over 89, and this week it hit 76.81. Let's round that up to 77. If you traded 1 ounce of gold when GSR was at 89, you'd have 89 ounces of silver. And now, with GSR at 77, you could trade 77 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold, and you'd still have 12 ounces of silver left over. You gained 12 ounces of silver at no cost. The key to trading on the gold to silver ratio is to always acquire more gold or silver than you gained on your last trade. For example, if I traded 1 ounce of gold for 70 ounces of silver, when the GSR flipped again, I wanted to trade that silver, I would want to get 1 ounce, maybe in a tenth, 2 ounces of gold, or I'd want to get an ounce of gold with some of my 70 pieces of silver left over. You always want to gain when you do the trade. You never want to break even. You never want to lose. The key is acquiring more gold and silver without spending any money. Lastly, I'll talk about the dark side of this, and that is that old nasty word, premiums. You're going to have to find a local coin shop or dealer that you trust, that you got a rapport with, who will be willing to trade, if not at spot, very close to spot. Because what you're doing, an example of gold to silver, is you're taking 1 ounce gold, you're selling it to him. Hopefully you're getting spot or above. Then you're trading that or buying, let's say, 70 ounces of silver. Well, that silver is going to have a premium attached to it. A good coin shop will work with you. They'll usually do the swaps very close to spot for spot. However, if you are playing premiums, that's going to cut down your ratio a little bit. That's got to be factored in when you decide to make your trade on whether or not you're going to gain more than you did on your last trade. Trading the GSR is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a well thought out process that sometimes takes months, if not years, to make a flip. Keep your eye on the gold to silver ratio. Get your calculator out. Deal with a coin shop you can trust, and you'll be adding gold and silver to your stack at no cost whatsoever to you. Thank you very much for watching.